Hi there, this is Simply Delicious. Welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be making a healthy breakfast, and these are rolled oats, and I measured about 250 ml. That's 1 cup with this measuring cup, and I have 2 eggs as well as ripe bananas, very ripe brown bananas. 3 of those, they're small. If you have a bigger banana, you might want to use 2 of that. And then I have about 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Next, I have little salt, and last but not the least, I also have half teaspoon of cinnamon. Okay, you can choose to add vanilla extract in your mixture. Okay, so next I'm going to be blending my oats into flour. All right, so you can also use oat flour if it's available to you, but I just like blending mine just so that I know what is going into the blender. So it's not so smooth, but this is the brand of oatmeal that I am using. And then all I'm going to do now is just to cut my banana into small chunks in a bowl, and I would mash it up with fork, but normally how I would love to do this is put all the ingredients in a blender and blend it all up. But just so that you don't have any excuse and say you don't have a blender, I'm showing you this process. So I'm mashing it all up. You can use a potato mash if you have. And then once this is done, it might not be smooth. You might still have little chunks of banana in there, but hey, that's fine. Okay, so you just mash it all up, and then I will show you the next process of what I'll be doing. So now I'm just cracking my eggs and getting it into the banana. So if you're not sure about the egg you're using, you would want to crack it in a separate plate, whisk it before adding it into the banana, just so that you don't get spoiled egg into the banana mixture. Okay, so now I'm going in with my salt, and then I'll just mix this up a bit, and this will be like our base for the batter. And the reason why I'm using bananas is just for natural sweetness. You don't want to use sugar. You want to keep it as healthy as possible, and you just realize that your pancakes will turn out really delicious. Okay, so you want to whisk that properly, and then once that is done, you can decide to add your oats flour now. Okay, just like I'll be doing. So I'm going in with the oat flour, and I'll be mixing this up. So also I will add in my baking powder. Remember, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and then I'll also go in with my cinnamon. I like adding cinnamon. You can add vanilla extract at this point as well, but cinnamon for extra flavor and its health benefit. I just like adding that into the oat mixture, and then you want to turn that properly to ensure that your batter is evenly mixed. And at this point, you want to determine the consistency or the texture of how you want your batter to look like. If you want it very thick, you might want to add extra oats, just like I have done. Okay, because I noticed that it was a bit thin or loose, as the case may be, so I'm turning it, and then I also realized that it was quite thick, so I had to add extra or little water in it. You can choose to use almond milk, or you can choose to use any milk of your choice, but to keep it healthy as much as possible, you want to go in with water or almond milk. Okay, so I'm just mixing that up, and as you can see, the butter is becoming light a bit, all right, to the consistency that I would want. So you ensure that that is properly mixed, and this is quite easy to whip up in the morning for your family. They would enjoy this breakfast, and most importantly, it's going to keep everyone fuller for longer. Okay, so I'm just mixing that up, and next I'll be going in with my raisins or almond nuts. You can choose to add any nut of your choice. It can be blueberries, it can be granules, it can be any fruit as well. So it's also optional, all right, but I just like adding that for extra flavor. Now the next thing I'll be doing is to grease my skillet pan with coconut oil or butter, depending on what is available to you, but for me I used butter. Okay, and then I'll be portioning the batter into the pan little by little. For my own pan, I usually put about 3 cups of batter into it, just so that there is space for me to be able to flip it. It's very important. You don't want it to be all sticky and then you struggle to flip it when it's time. So at this point the edges are becoming thicker, and then you will notice something very important. Okay, but before that I would want you to ensure that it's being prepared on low heat. Okay, and this will take about 1 to 2 minutes, and then you will start noticing bubbles on the body of the pancake, and that signifies that it's ready underneath, and you want to flip that. You don't just want to leave it for it to get burnt. So that's an indication that it's ready to be flipped, and you want to do it gently. Now this is the reason why you put in small batches, about 3 cups or 3 spoons of the batter, so that you can easily flip, and then you allow to cook on the other side. I mean, you wouldn't want to be eating pancakes that are not properly cooked inside. Okay, so you want to do that gently and take your time. So this is the first batch, it's already done, and I'm just bringing it out, and next I'll be going in with the second batch, the same method that I used for the first one, just 3 pancakes, and then once I see bubbles, or once you see bubbles, you try to flip it. Now I'm just done with this, and I was able to get 6 pancakes. I added Greek yogurt to the top, and then slices of banana on it. You can choose to add strawberries or whatever fruit, and then a drizzle of honey or maple syrup, depending on what's available to you. You can also use peanut butter, jam, or whatever spread you like. If you have been watching, thank you so much. Thank you for subscribing. Remember to turn on the notification bell, and also remember to share, leave a comment. Let me know if this is a breakfast that you'll be willing to try. Look at how moist and soft it looks like. Oh my God, it's so delicious, and it will keep you fuller for longer. Okay, and it contains lots of fiber. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.